My name is Barry Hess. I am the Libertarian nominee for governor here of Arizona, one of 4 people in the world who are qualified, who are in position. And I want you to be very, very aware of that when you look over your candidate selections, because now we're past the primary. We're past it. So political parties mean absolutely nothing. Right now, you're going to vote for your families, for your communities, and for what you know or think to be right. So seriously, you've got to pay attention. How many people watched the one debate that we've gotten? Not too many. I would urge you, it's up on the web. Go take a look for yourself and see who you want running Arizona. Let me give you a little bit of background. First off, I'm really glad to be up here, and I'm very grateful you all pushed past whatever it is you had to push past in order to be here tonight. It shows you care. That's what this Tea Party thing is all about. I was privileged to speak at the first one, and with 10,000 people, got the biggest response. And I think that started things going for where people said, wait a minute, maybe they do have some good ideas. Where I come from, I will tell you, I probably am the most highly qualified Republican in the state, credentially. My history started back in 1979. I had the great opportunity to work on a fantastic campaign with an incredible candidate who, after some discussion, and I gave him my points of view, he said to me, in a very wonderful man, he said, Barry, you're not a Republican. And my heart hurt. It seriously did, and I quickly sprang back into defensive mode, and I said, yes, I am. I'm from New Hampshire. You had dinner at my dad's house a couple of weeks ago, and I really was scrambling because I didn't know what the identity was, and then he said something very fascinating. He said, no, you're a libertarian. I thought he was calling me names. I didn't know what it was. But he looked at me in that wonderful way because he had an ability to take the complex and make it very, very simple. He said, because 1, you do not back up on principles, and 2, because you hold your government to the same standard of moral accountability as you would any individual. And when Ronald Reagan says something like that to you, pay attention. It took me 6 or 7 years, in 1987, I think, was when I registered as a libertarian and decided to come out of my shell, to be who I was. And all of my wonderful buddies, all of my wonderful Republican friends who invited me to all the parties and all that good stuff, poof, went away. They told me I sold out. No, that party sold out. And I was into libertarianism because it is the oldest political philosophy in this country. You can see what it is. Has anybody read the Declaration of Independence? That's where it's enumerated. That's the ideas, and it hasn't changed. It's not going to change. It comes down to some fundamental principles, some basics. That's what I love about it. The simplicity. Many people say you live in a black and white world, and yes, I do. I am very proud. But that's what it takes. When you know right from wrong and you don't shade the difference. We've seen all these politicians. We've seen them. I know these characters going back decades now, and I've made it a point to get to know them. I know half the legislature and the people who are in power. I know why they're thinking what they're thinking. And I hear the, oh no, but we can't because we've got to watch out for the wasted vote. I love that. Because that's one of the greatest political manipulations I've ever heard of in my life, and they did it as a propaganda assault on all of us with the last election. They conned you into thinking you could vote against a candidate. Isn't that funny? I'm not going to vote. I've got to vote against. I've got to vote against. Well, here we've got a chance. We've got 4 candidates. And right now, probably 34 or 35%, which the Tea Parties very definitely make up, we can do something. We can write some pages of history. Now, who does that attract? Anybody know Richard Mack? Anybody? One of the most incredible people, Republican, endorsed me in the primary. Political courage. Karen Johnson, Senator Karen Johnson, anybody know Karen? Endorsed me in the primary. Political courage.